The older one gets, the more you have to explain to people that it used to be better back then. And they say, well, how can that be? They seem to accept the fact that this has always been here, when in fact it has not always been here. This city was built in the space of 30 years. This hasn't happened anywhere else in the world. At one stage there were 53 cranes in the sky over Surfers Paradise. They used to build buildings here at the rate of 1 floor a week. They created records in building. So we went from a city with no high-rise buildings in 1970. They built something like 120 high-rise buildings in the first 10 years. It just kept the city alive and running. It's really never stopped. There's a lot of people deserve the credit for all this, you know. One of them is a guy who created a huge furore when he arrived in town. A guy in his 70s, he was the champion of bicycles. He built the Malvern Star bicycle, and whose name was Bruce Small. He was knighted, in fact. He became Sir Bruce Small. And he came up here and he said, I can do it better than all you characters. And he borrowed a bulldozer, and he figured that if he just drained the swamp and put the land up next to it, he's not only created a canal, he's created prime waterfront land in the same process. This guy became the mayor of the city only a year or so after this city was almost wiped off the map by the biggest cyclone that ever hit this place. All the beaches were gone, any buildings on the seafront were all teetering on the edge of cliffs, big black headlines, Gold Coast in ruin. And Bruce Small called everyone together and he said, boys, they gave us 2-inch headlines saying we were ruined. The only way to get back in business is to turn them into 3-inch headlines saying we're back in business. And he took these bikini girls and he used a biblical phrase. He said, we've got to go out on the highways and byways and beg them to come in. And in came the investors and all the growth that you see today.